Hi folks, Christopher Butt here. I'm a real estate agent with Corcoran, associate broker here. I have toured a lot of properties, sold a lot of properties, rented a lot of properties. That's a big thing in New York City is using a broker to rent a property. Not that common in other parts of the country. This video here, I'm going to walk you around some of the iconic parts of New York City. Fifth Avenue, all the way up to Central Park, and MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art. Several parts of Madison Avenue, Park Avenue, which used to be a railway track, still is, but that's all underground. So stick around and you'll see some very interesting things, some you've seen before in movies and others that you may not have heard of. Okay folks, we're on the renowned Fifth Avenue stretch here. A lot of fancy stores. We got that's Uniqlo. Got a private club over there, and we're going to be walking towards the Trump Tower, where I have a listing. It's the current president's residence in New York. Obviously he's at the White House right now, but he does come here. So it's a very secure location. As you can see, pretty crowded. There's always construction going on in New York, but we always keep moving. We have the Peninsula Hotel over there, and we're walking up Fifth Avenue towards Central Park, which is only a few blocks from here, coming up on 55th Street. If I can get across, I might be able to get you a glimpse of the building, but we'll go right in front of it. We get to see the lay of the land, mostly concrete, right in the heart of Midtown Manhattan. Let's see if we can cross here. Plenty of food options right on the sidewalk in these fancy areas. Somebody just started that motorcycle up. Like I said, we're walking towards Central Park. This building is a penthouse, which belongs to the president, but I have an apartment for rent on the 32nd floor. It's a 2-bedroom for $11,000. Dolce & Gabbana. Many of the fancy outlets are all here, up and down Fifth Avenue. I'm going up to, well, this is the entrance right here. You have to get past the police barriers to go to the residential part. Just past the Secret Service, and now we've got Gucci. This is the famous clock here. You can see, and there is the main entrance to Trump Tower, right behind me. Plenty of people taking pictures, and of course, the famous Tiffany's. This is where Breakfast at Tiffany's was filmed. They've just renovated the entire building, took a few years, and it's a beautiful new showcase for all the wonderful jewels, and I bought a couple of silver spoons here in the past for some of my clients. Here we have the Louis Vuitton store behind me. Looks like a bunch of luggage. And we get to cross here during the holidays. They have a huge star suspended. Right now they have this crazy luggage display. There's a Louis Vuitton luggage display. It's many stories tall. And then Van Cleef Arpels, Bergdorf Goodman. And now we're walking up towards Central Park. It's the main entrance to the women's section of Bergdorf Goodman. The men's section on this side. And then we have the famous Apple store. The original one started out here in New York. That big cube over there. Now over there is the Plaza Hotel, a little bit in the shade, but as you can see, it's a very busy city with a whole lot going on. Some drilling at the fountain over there. People are going into the Apple store over here. That's the Pierre Hotel in a rather dry Central Park here in the winter. Hey folks, so we're here at a busy intersection, 53rd and Madison, and there are a couple of big investment companies here, trading houses. Jeffries is behind me. Just came over from Fifth Avenue, where we have quite a few nice buildings, including 721 Fifth, where I have a listing right now. And obviously a lot of shopping on Madison. It's a very busy day, Tuesday here, Midtown. You can see the Citicorp building also behind me. That's another area that got some really good buildings. The Celine, which I have plenty of footage of, different apartments there. It's a new development, Corporate Sunshine. So that's just behind me on 53rd and Lex. I'm on Madison, and the museum, the MoMA, which is Museum of Modern Art, and the museum tower, as you can see, 53 West 53rd, another new development, super tall up there, the one with the angles really sharp, and a few other buildings. So it's Midtown East, very busy area, and lots of condos, believe it or not. A lot of people want to live here. I will show you a few more areas in a bit. Here is the Celine. It's a very modern, still being sold, and new development, Corporate Sunshine, which is our sister company. I've been in there a lot. I have a lot of videos for you, various units, and we're in a very, very dense part here with the old Citicorp building. You can see downtown, there's the Chrysler building over there. That's Citicorp, one of the older skyscrapers in New York. Not as old as the Chrysler building, but it's been around a while. We also have subways and lots of transportation around here. In a minute we'll look back. So there was an old church. I think it's part of the Citicorp building now. A lot of times they sell the land. That's the famous lipstick building ahead of us. Made off with a lot of people's money. Beautiful views from that building, and also some loft type space, which more industrial. So different types of spaces within the same building. As I say, refer to my playlist of the Celine. So here we have on Park Avenue, which is supposed to be a very picturesque, and it is beautiful at times, but at other times it's extremely busy. There are a lot of tall buildings here down on this area, which is commercial. You have the Chase Bank building, which is being built right behind me there. Skyscraper can be seen from almost any part of town, where they cantilevered the building over the tracks for Amtrak, subway track, and a whole bunch of other utilities. They tend to be nice open plazas, like the one behind me. A lot of the buildings here have beautiful atriums where they have food courts or piano music, or get your shoes shined, repaired, all sorts of utilities like that. Park Avenue is definitely a very wide, beautiful street. At one time, not considered a very good area, because underneath Park Avenue on the train tracks. And as you know, in any city, the train tracks are not the place to live. So many years ago, maybe a century ago, they covered over the train track that go from Grand Central Station upstate New York, and turned it into Park Avenue. So that became one of the most prestigious, desirable parts of town. And right here, as I said, there are a lot of tall office buildings. It's all commercial, very high-powered. But further up, you have a lot of co-ops, residential buildings on Park Avenue. Again, a very space that's desired by a lot of high-powered individuals, high net worth, and not just high net worth, because you have to get into the co-op. And that makes it a little more exclusive and intriguing. So that's the story of Park Avenue. I'll show you a couple more things here, and we'll head back to the museum. All right, so here you see the points on which the Chase building are being constructed. So there are only certain areas where they can lay foundation, and then they have to have these interesting sort of beams going from a small point up into this entire huge skyscraper, all because of Grand Central and all the tracks below us, many, many levels below us, I believe. Also, we have on this side the world famous Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Currently under construction. They're trying to turn it into condominiums. It's been a few years they've been working on it. I think I have some videos on that as well. From the inside, you can get an idea of what the apartments will look like. But it's all down here in Midtown Manhattan, right above Helmsley Plaza Hotel, the Pan Am building, Grand Central Station, all on top of each other, right here on Park Avenue, and that ends up in 42nd Street down there. So here we are at an interesting intersection, 53rd and Avenue of the Americas, which is 6th Avenue. We have Charles Schwab, important investment firm, for those of you who don't know, and Crédit Agricole, another French investment firm over there, as well as, this is the block where you enter MoMA, Museum of Modern Art. This is a brand new building here. 53 West 53rd, one of the super talls, not quite on Billionaire Row. That's Billionaire Row over there. I don't know if you can see that building. That's 111 West 57th, also a Steinway building. I used to have a Steinway showroom downstairs. But right above MoMA, you'll actually see the museum tower. So I believe there are, I think I have some very good videos of one or two residences there, some open houses I've attended. Beautiful outdoor space in the museum. You can look down on it from Museum Tower. And then again, you're pretty close to the park, which is just a few blocks up. Hilton Hotel, and we'll turn down this way, the Citicorp building. Tip of it sticking out, back of it, and we'll head back towards Fifth Avenue. Here we are in one of the most heavily tourist-traveled portions of Manhattan. This to my right is Saks Fifth Avenue. It looks like there's a little construction going on. Gives you an idea of Rockefeller Center, some of the fancy stores here. That's St. Patrick's Cathedral, and behind it is the Olympic Tower, another very fancy and its time condo building, sales and rentals. So let's take a look here, and we have Rockefeller Center. 40 Rock. This is where people come at Christmas time to see all the decorations. The Rockefeller tree, obviously, way behind me, past this little area, and the Saks Fifth Avenue windows. Not now, but during the holiday season. So we'll go back and take a look over here, the cathedral. Maybe we can walk through here. Some chocolate shops from Switzerland. Mulberry, whatever that is. Fancy clothing stores. Tiffany over there. Kate Spade. John Hardy. And come up on the statue in the ice skating rink. It's still winter. Again, so we're back in Central Park, this great concrete jungle where we live. People go, how do you live there? Well, we have a great green lung, as they call it, and that's Central Park. 850 acres of greenery, beautifully curated. Architects who put it together back in the, I guess 150 years ago or more. They had a great vision, and people use this, one of the most iconic, famous parks in the world. But if you like the video, let me know. And if you have questions about any of the places I showed you and planning on moving here, whether soon or later, or you have friends who might be moving, I'd be happy to let them know what the availabilities are, or let you know what the availabilities are, and answer any questions if you're just interested in the city. Maybe you're coming here for a vacation. A lot of people do. And just meet up and get a coffee. But all my contact information is below in the banner there. So contact me, Christopher Butt, and hopefully we'll be in touch. Follow me, see more videos. I'll be putting out a lot more. As you can see, I have a ton of videos, but these are going to be a little more curated. So here we go, signing off.